Okay, Monday, October 22nd. Let's take a look at the markets. Let's take a look at a daily on the S&P. $27.69, very volatile session. Let's take a look at an intraday. Let's take a look at a 120-minute chart, 2-hour chart. You can see it opened here down at 27.58. It went all the way up this during the night session to 27.82. It's right now at 27.59. That's why, as I reiterated last week, you got to keep your stops in. So our stop is 27.45. 27.45. So we're holding that position. Let's take a look at an intraday again. That stop points come from here. We went long October 12th at 27.53. So our stop is just below this October 15th low, just over here. Came close to it. So we got to stay in this position and hold it. That's swing trading. We're going through the ups and the downs. We don't want to be trading this. If you trade it, you're going to get chopped to pieces. So just hold your stop in 27.45 to 27.59 here. Big red bar came down. Didn't take us out, so we're still in. Okay, let's take a look at another contract. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at a weekly chart. I explained to you the other day, it's in this triangle. 2 weeks ago, this red bar right here where my hand is, it closed below this trend line. Last week it closed above. It's at 6,400 now. So we'd like to see it getting somewhere above this trend line here, right where this line is here. Let me draw one in for you guys, just so it's clearer. Want to see it right closing above this line. And maybe it's a buy right above this line here. It's around 6,800. Right where this hand is. Where my thumb is, right at that line. Let's save that chart. So let's make it prove itself, because it could easily come down. Better to be safe than sorry. Downward sloping trend line. Lower highs, higher lows. But we want it to close above this line here. If you're aggressive, you could actually buy it here because it closed above this upward sloping trend line here. But I don't want to be too aggressive with Bitcoin, so I like to see a weekly close. Okay, that's Bitcoin. This is the 30-year Treasury bond, which we've looked at numerous times. The symbol is ZB. Remember, we said it dropped below this trend line here, this upward sloping trend line. It's down here. This blue bar here is support. We want to see it get to this level, right where my cursor is. Very easy to see, this blue bar here. So nothing to do. This is no man's land. Anywhere between here, where my hand is, the cursor, and here is no man's land. So that's the 30-year. ZN is the 10-year. 10-year Treasury bond. Same type of thing. It broke below this trend line. It's broken support. Nothing to do here. Slowly drifting down. Came up here last week, but no clear signals. Want to see another support zone. Let's take a look at a monthly chart to see on this. Remember, we look at daily, weekly, and monthly charts. Daily, weekly, and monthly averages. And important support and resistance lines. And retracements below 62%, greater than 62%. So this is the next, this was a support zone here for the 10-year. And if you draw a retracement, 62% is down here. So we want to see it drop somewhere between 62 and here. Somewhere around here, we want to take a look at it. Still too early. This is danger zone. Remember, in retracements, we want to look greater than 62%. Okay, let's take it. So that's the 10-year, so we're kind of going to wait. Let's look at this is the 10-year yield. You can see it at 320. That's why bond prices are going down. Inverse relationship, interest rates go up, bond prices go down. Not rocket science. Cleared this major level here, which was around 3 here. 303 was the top here, right where my hand is. Let's draw a line here. And once it went above there, that put a lot of downward pressure on bonds. So nothing to do with bond prices. You can see the 10-year yield is very, I mean, the Fed's raising interest rates, so the yield's going up. Let's look at the dollar. DX is the symbol for the dollar, 95.74. Remember, we got long. Let's look at a daily here. Let's look where we got long here on the dollar. That's a position we are holding. We got long at 94. Above these highs over here. And again, our stop now is break even at 94. You had an opportunity to get long. Some of my subscribers got long at 94.80. Those of you who are interested in intraday signals, check out toptradingsignals.us. We got long at 94.80. It's a 95.74, so we're profitable on that. That's one of our open positions, which are doing well. Let's look at the other open position, which we have, natural gas. Remember, we're long that from 299. Sorry, this is copper. HG is copper. NG is natural gas. We got out of some at 3.9. That's why you take profits. We got out of some at 3.19, out of some more at 3.35. It's at 3.17 now. Let's take a look at an intraday chart for natural gas. We'd like looking at two-hour charts, 120 minutes. This was a gap over here. This was a big gap point right here, sorry. 314.60. So we're still holding on from 299 on natural gas. Still holding the dollar from, like we said, 94. Let's draw that in again. We got long the dollar here. These charts are a little funky. So we're still holding on to that. Okay, let's take a look at now the Australian dollar. Remember, we want 3 positions on at a time. So we're long the dollar, we're long natural gas, and we're long the S&P. And I have a half position on gold. So again, this is the Australian dollar, 6A. We want it to get to this support zone right here before doing anything. Right down here. So when it gets to that level, we'll take a look at it. Slowly drifting down. We want it to drift down more, but right now there's nothing to do. It's no man's land. This is no man's land. Break of the trend line. Let's see how it tests support, if it tests support. And it's below the retracement here of 62%. So let's hope it gets to support. Otherwise, there's nothing to do. You don't want to get in too early in trades and get chopped to pieces. 6B is the pound. We've looked at this. We talked about a parabolic move up, parabolic move down. Everything's parabolic here. Parabolic means a steep rise. We want it to get to this level of support over here. This is no man's land. Canadian dollar, I suspect, will look a lot like the Australian in no man's land also. Looks like it's going to break this trend line, and we want it to get to this support over here. That's on the Canadian. Let's look at the euro. Take a look. 6E is the euro. Parabolic move up, parabolic move down. This is the 62% retracement line. We want it to get below, somewhere below this 62% is somewhere around here. So we got to wait here, nothing to do. A lot of this game is waiting. We don't want to overtrade because you'll get killed. Take a look at the S&P again here. See what's going on. See, it's moving up. You got to hold this position. This is swing trading, gang. You got to hold the position. 27.61. Okay. Let's take a look. This was the euro. We talked about it. Let's take a look at the Japanese yen. Nothing much happening here. This trend line is everything here. It broke below. It broke above. Last week it broke below. There's no positions on the Japanese yen. It's just too choppy. It's not defined. Let's wait till it gets down here for now. Here is right. Sorry about that. Right here. Till then, there's nothing to do on that. No man's land. A lot of these charts are no man's land, so if they're no man's land, we don't want a part of it. Swiss franc. See, we talked about it coming down. It has come down. Let's see. We want to close below this trend line, this upward, and then a close above it. A close below where my cursor is, a weekly close below, and then a weekly close above. But it's good that it's coming down. It's below the 62% retracement, which we like, which was 101.48. So it's setting up for a buy, possibly. Let's wait. Oil, CL, pound F. 68.92. Talked about why we don't buy highs that much. Let's take a look at a daily chart in oil and see where it is. I think it's below the 100. If you blow this chart up, yeah. So the 100 is the blue. This one here is the 150, and this one's the 200. Question is, will it turn up and continue the move? We'll keep an eye on this. Right now we don't have a buy, but let's keep an eye on this. It's come down from 78 or 77 actually. Okay, that's oil. Let's bring up the weekly here. Part of trading is learning when to stay away and when, well, obviously when to enter, but a lot of it is determining when to stay away from trades. Natural gas, we looked at 316. We took profits, like we said, at 319, 335. We still have a third of a position on from 299. Copper, HG. See this big green bar where my hand is? Right here. We want it to retrace down till right around there, right where that arrow is. Okay, nothing to do there. Silver, we talked about it. We recommend, this is a downward sloping trend line. Remember what I told you? I coined it, what they don't teach you at Harvard Business School is what they don't teach you at trading. Sometimes you buy downward sloping trend lines even though they have lower lows if they recover. So you could see this was a recovery here. You could buy if you're aggressive. Ideally, we'd like to see a close below this downward sloping trend line and then a close above. But here's where we use retracements. 62 or greater is the only retracement I look at. I don't look at 38. I don't look at 50. It's below the 62% retracement line, 62.26. So it could be long silver here. This was a doji. Right here where the hand is, that's a doji. The open and close are the same. It recovers this downward sloping trend line, and it's below 62% retracement. You guys can see here where my hand is. That's a doji. The open and close are the same. It traded below this downward sloping trend line. You can be long here. Gold, we're long from 12.22. It's at 12.25. Very, very slow. Gotta kind of like just wait. Okay. So that's about it. So let's recap. We're staying along the S&P, 27.59. We're staying long natural gas from 2.99, and we're staying long the dollar from 94. So the S&P is capable of breaking out. So we just got to be patient and hold that stop point. And the stop point is just below, let's draw a line here. Right there, 27.45. Okay, so that's a wrap for today. And we'll regroup on Wednesday. Any questions, just go on the site, toptradingsignals.us. Hope this was helpful, and have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.